Good evening.
What up?
Good, everybody. And welcome to the Tryad Committee with me, Keith Allen, along with Mr. Player Extraordinaire. Introduce yourself.
That'll be Romeo Rodriguez today.
The one and only Player Extraordinaire from the Himalayas. My nose was itching.
For my brother Neil.
That's what I said. Where Nasty Nail at? We're going to put my brother on the milk cart. We're going to put him on the milk carton and everything.
Bird.
Yeah, we're going to put him in the milk carton. Feel free to kick it and chat with us. We down to talk about almost any damn thing. Feel free. For those of y'all that are watching. If you are watching on YouTube, press like and subscribe to the Tryad Committee YouTube channel. Do that.
Wordy.
Yes.
So, starting off,
Let's get to it.
what's your take on the backlash from Kyrie and his tweet?
Man, I was thinking about that. I said something yesterday on my podcast, and I'm gonna say this with the Kyrie as far as the backlash. Could he have said something a little sooner to avoid the smoke or whatever? Probably could have. But it's one thing you suspended him, but you gave him them 6 stipulations that he needs to come back.
Exactly.
It's like, get the fuck out of here.
So, it goes back to the old slavery times where you got to get punished. You got to get punished for speaking out or going against the grain. Rebel rouser,
Right.
trying to get everybody waking people up, and
Right.
basically that's all that title and subject was. Did you check it out? Because I did.
I checked it out too.
Yeah.
And it said it was anti-Semitic, but I know anti-Semitic stuff on there.
Right.
Me.
And the fact that they took there is a tribute to what they've been talking about in the movie, in the documentary.
Right.
About controlling things.
Yeah.
Keeping people quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking and I'm like, where is the stuff that has something to do with anti-Semitism? I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Maybe I was slow or something. All it showed basically is where that we come from, for real. If you really want to know.
So I've heard a few other people talk about they watched it too, and they made mention of the Holocaust. The problem they had with that mentioning in the documentary was that it tried to discredit the European Jews and the Holocaust. saying that it was made up. But those were quotes from somebody else that they
Right.
used. They
Right.
par they paraphrased and put on the screen in words. But a lot of the film was done that way. Quotes from the
Right.
Bible, the Old Testament.
Yeah. Basically, because everything was like before the birth of Christ and stuff, for that
Right.
matter.
So
Uh,
who was the original people? Basically, that's all. That's what I got out of it. Who was the
right.
original? The original people and the chosen people.
Because I was like,
And that was the tribe of Judah.
yeah. Because it showed like the 11 tribe with 12 tribes, and that they
Hmm.
all migrated to different parts of the earth.
Right.
And it came up with a lot of points and factions, a lot of points. But
Science, right? There was a
yeah,
lot of science.
yeah, exactly. And a
So,
lot of times when they said the movie was anti-Semitic and all this and all that, usually it's something they don't want you to see.
and that's the way it's been for centuries.
Right. It's something that they don't want you to see. And it's like I'm like I'm flapping. I'm like, and all these people that because I said to myself, I'm not gonna give an opinion on the Kyrie thing until I actually take time to watch the movie.
Right.
And thank you, God, for cinema on the Fire Stick. Instead of
Yeah.
having to pay that $10.99 to rent on
Yo, and
Amazon.
it was $44 to purchase, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now that movie, due to the backlash, they done made it a bestseller.
She.
Right. They done made it a bestseller. Shout out to my man Ray Sean Wicks, who is watching with us. He asked a question. What do y'all think about Andrew Lloyd and the Ohio Award Show Artist of the Year list? Honestly, I haven't checked it out.
I was gonna say that's your specialty.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. But when I do check it out, I can give you some feedback on that.
I saw a couple of artists receive some awards. That was about what, a month or two ago?
Something like that. Some nominees or something like that.
Uh what was it? Scott Sabo got one. Um
Really?
who else? I think it was Ray. Was it Ray Cash? No, not Ray Cash. What was the other brother name? MC Brains.
MC
Brains.
Brains?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know they had nothing out.
Yeah.
And also, shouts out to Ray Sean's group. Well, actually, Ox the Conqueror's group, URN. You got to get that URN too. That stuff is fire. Fire.
What
Fire.
what can we get that at?
You can get it on just about almost all the streaming outlets, basically. All the
Okay.
streaming outlets. I got mine from Bandcamp. I checked it out
Okay.
from Bandcamp. And plus, I feature a couple of songs on my podcast. And I also got the 10 series. I feature them on the 10 series, the new
Okay.
mini series. So check those out, the 10 series. First episode with URN, the second episode with Miss Reese Pearl. Little something. 10 minutes, get to know the artist, hear their music, and hey, direct you to them. New stream, basically. But like I said, with that Kyrie thing, they how can I say, it was some bullshit, especially with the 6 demands after the fact.
Well, it's the equivalent of getting some lashes.
And it's like, but it's like, you said some lashes, but it's
Yes.
like, why do we have to apologize extra? But then, because to me, my opinion is all that stuff is a distraction. That Kyrie, that Kanye, Right. Said his peer, Rayshawn said his peers have abandoned him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, why does he have to apologize extra? They ain't even put this much news out on Brett Favre, and he done stole money
Exactly. Here we that.
from all the
Thank
poor
you.
folks in Mississippi. And then, you know what I hear people dismiss it as? Well, he's not playing no more. Okay, he's not playing no more. But do you remember back in 94, 95 with OJ? He wasn't playing anymore. And he was on the
Yeah.
news every day for about 2-3 years.
Yep.
But
That's
Brett Favre stole money from the welfare fund to build a gym.
the government. That's right.
And
Frauded.
on top of that, he wanted prison labor to build it for him. So he wouldn't have to incur the cost.
Yeah. Modern day slavery is real.
Oh, did you know that slavery was on the ballot this past election in 5 states?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Slavery
good.
was on the ballot. Matter of fact, I can go to this. I'm about to put up, did the slavery ballot pass? Ballot. Slavery was on midterm ballots in several states. Not all voted to get rid of it. And
You got to
imagine,
be
I'm
you got to
dead
be
serious.
kidding me, man.
We in 2022, dude.
Right.
Slavery, I'm about to read. Slavery was on some ballots this election day. Voters in several states on Tuesday were in favor of officially removing language that allows slavery as a form of criminal punishment from their state constitutions. However, not all of the states with slavery on the ballot voted in favor of its removal. And it seems the language on the Louisiana ballot may have led to some confusion, activists told ABC News. Louisiana voters turned down a ballot measure to remove language from the state constitution that permits slavery as a form of punishment for criminal convictions.
Damn.
The question on the ballot read, do you support an amendment to prohibit the use of involuntary servitude except as it applies to the otherwise lawful administration of criminal justice?
And that's what, the 13th Amendment?
Something like that. To vote yes, the ballot measure should have been a vote to remove the pro-slavery exception for criminal punishment, but its language could lead to multiple conclusions, according to one person who helped draft the bill.
Yeah, they ain't making stuff clear now, especially for the past maybe 8 years. I
Where
noticed during elections and issues that be on the ballot, the
yes,
wording is
yes,
not clear whatsoever.
right,
And
exactly,
then you'll see commercials on TV
correct.
telling you some wrong shit, and
Yep,
that if you're an educated voter, that you're gonna fuck around and go the
vote
wrong
wrong.
way. Yep.
Because I'm gonna tell you something on the ballot this past ballot. A lot of those judges, or a lot of those judges didn't have Republican or Democrat on there.
Oh, But that's either that's because your ballot was a provisional ballot, or you didn't claim to be a Democrat or Republican.
Right.
But you, like you said, it should be listed what's their party affiliation. And shit, with Cuyahoga County, or any county for that matter, but I'm more familiar with Cuyahoga County, is that, some of those judges are not running against people. So
Right.
ain't no need to put that notification on there.
Where
They
Vermont
just
and Tennessee voters approved changes to their constitutional language, while Alabama voters approved the removal of several Jim Crow era sections of their constitution, including one that allowed for slavery as criminal punishment, one that also barred interracial marriage, and one that separated schools for white and black students. In
about
2024,
time.
wow,
It's about time.
about time, you're right. The
I wonder if
Oregon ballot initiative, which is projected to have passed, also proposed removing such language from the state constitution. Okay, so the actually 4 states, voted for the language to be removed. And Louisiana is still in the 1800s, basically by trickery.
Yep.
Man. Whew. Whew. Man. All I can say, people, better wise up, because
Not just wise up, but wake up.
wake the fuck up. Because, man, because I'm going to tell y'all, and this is a reality, Trump is running for president in 2024.
Is he?
I'm, I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
I thought he was going to jail.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Lock him up.
Right.
Lock him up.
You would think so, but hell, Brett Favre's still walking around free, and he stole millions of dollars.
Yeah. Must
And
be nice.
Trump ain't did nothing but, how can I say, put a gas fire on the democracy. January 6th, got a couple people killed and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they still ain't prosecuted him.
Damn, he sleep good at night too.
Right. They still ain't prosecuted him. So it's like, people, wake the fuck up and quit killing each other. For real, for real.
Yeah. I saw Minister Farrakhan speak on the Kyrie and the Kanye. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never been one of the guys that promote bringing down another black man or persecute a black man on social media, by putting up posts or reposting stuff.
Right.
Even though some of the shit's funny, but I will not participate in putting that shit on display.
Right.
And he was,
as far as like the Kyrie situation in context, Rayshawn stated it started when he said not for the players to go in the bubble, and he suggested everyone opt out of their contracts. Next, he wouldn't get on board with taking those shots, which eventually Kyrie won out on the shot. And, they harboring ill feelings from that. But also, I will also say this. The national media dictates the narrative of what these sports people do now. Think about it. Think about it. I'm going to tell you 2 examples. When the thing came out, wasn't nobody talking about he should be suspended or nothing like that till Charles Barkley opened his mouth on TNT saying Kyrie should be suspended. Then ESPN hopped on the train. Talking about, well, he should be suspended or dealt with and all this stuff. But yet, I mind you, the NBA never said nothing to Amazon. Amazon shares and sells the movie.
Right.
It rents the movie. But guess what? Why they not gonna say nothing to Amazon? Amazon is like the big fish. They're like the great white, they're like Jaws. And plus, on top of that, Amazon is in bed with the NBA with the League Pass. When you get your Fire Stick, and if you got League Pass through your Fire Stick, guess who offers that? Amazon.
Amazon, right.
Amazon. So the NBA ain't gonna cut their nose off to spite their face, where Kyrie was the easy target.
Of course.
For them, he was the easy target. Of course, they're not
So
gonna go after Amazon. And plus,
right.
now dude trying to buy a football team now. So
So the freedom of speech, that everybody else is at liberty to have without any repercussions, just certain folks.
just certain folks.
Yeah.
You ain't of the persuasion.
Yeah, you ain't allowed to say that.
You ain't allowed to say that, boy.
You
Then
ain't
first
allowed to
thing,
exercise. Right. You ain't allowed to exercise your right.
it's like, boy, you supposed to just shut up and dribble. We don't pay you to think, boy.
Right. The platform. That was
Yeah.
the whole issue with them. What I was reading today about some of the celebrities that sent out a letter to Amazon and Noble and Barnes bookstore
Right.
to remove the material, from their
From
platforms,
your, yeah.
so people don't have access to it.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you
That's
another thing.
that's exactly what was said in the documentary.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. All those people, those so-called people on ESPN, TNT, how many of them you think actually took time to watch the film?
Yeah, because it's long.
It is long. It's a long watch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, the previews especially.
Right,
But
exactly.
how many of them actually took time to watch the film? I only
Right.
heard one dude, nationally known dude, said he actually took time to watch the film. And that was Jason Whitlock. And he ain't on ESPN or Fox no more. He the only dude I know with had a platform that actually watched the movie. I bet you Stephen A didn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
I bet you Charles Barkley or Shaq ain't watched the movie.
Man.
Nobody on ESPN watched the movie.
That's crazy.
And then I'm going to tell you another thing where the media, national media, runs these leagues. Let's go back to August when a certain quarterback on a certain football team got suspended for 6 games. What happened after that? The national media got to crying.
That wasn't good enough.
That wasn't good enough. Oh, why is he playing 6 games? You got to be crazy. No, there's no way. 6 games. And guess what happened? Then the NFL appealed, which the NFL had the right to do according to the union the bargaining contract. But
right,
it probably wouldn't have made a big deal of it had not ESPN primarily made a big deal of it. Because they were the main ones campaigning. And the crazy part about with ESPN, all the main dudes that usually speak their opinions, they muted. They didn't even have them on the show.
Yeah, they was quiet.
You ain't even see none of them. You just had to, yes, sir.
And then we know why, because they don't want no backlash with affiliation with that shit, so they money ain't gonna get fucked up.
Right, exactly. So it's like, it's just crazy and stuff. It's like, people better wake up, quit killing each other. because before long, you can be back in them chains. Before long. If not,
Yeah, I think I've seen enough slave movies in
right.
in the past few weeks
Right.
till Black History Month.
Exactly. 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 My thing is how they can depict to us what we were, but then we come out and try to share our own history from what is actually the truth. Now we're anti-Semitic.
Yeah, because you're trying to discredit the Jews that are in charge over there in Israel right now.
And, and it's like, all we just trying to show our people is where we come from.
Right.
That's it. That's it. But I guess, like they say, the truth hurts.
Yeah. And it can only be hidden for so long.
Right.
So
Exactly. They probably it's like Kyrie and Kanye, we know y'all know what it is, but you can't tell anybody.
right.
We give you whatever you want, but you can't tell everybody. You tell everybody, we're gonna ruin y'all.
So it goes from Hebrews to Negroes. That's the top. That's the title,
Of
and
the movie.
that is what has taken place in history.
Yes. And I suggest to every person of color,
Hey, be careful now. You might lose your sponsors.
I ain't got none. But I mean, I would suggest to people to watch the movie and educate yourself.
Decide. That's right. Make a decision for
Educate
yourself.
yourself, then decide what stance you would take or what your opinion would be instead of saying or chopping them down. You know what I'm saying? Chopping
Right.
them down, and if you haven't really even watched the movie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jalen Brown for stepping up, having his back on saying that those stipulations is crazy.
Yeah. And I heard his his press conference where he said he was just trying to educate himself. He just wanted to
Yeah,
learn something.
right.
And what's the crime in that?
What's the crime in wanting to learn?
Yeah.
But did you watch the Nat Turner movie?
Yeah. You talking about the new one?
Yeah, the new one. It came out a couple years, about
What's that?
5 years ago,
Called
5, 6 years ago.
Birth of a Nation.
Yeah. What was the only book he was allowed to read?
That would be the Holy Bible.
Anything else, he would have probably got hung if he tried to read.
Right.
Anything else.
Yeah. You niggas wasn't allowed to read.
All you're going to do is read that book and be obedient to us in that book, boy.
Your master. Right.
Exactly. And, like I said, that's what's going on now, basically.
And that's funny. The original version of Birth of a Nation with the Ku Klux Klan
Right?
is still considered a classic novel
Really?
ahead of its time. Yeah,
Wow. But
yeah,
from Hebrews to Negroes, it's anti Semitic.
yeah.
Wow. That. Wow. Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
It's giving out too much it's considered propaganda.
Yeah,
Um, but some people buy into it, some people don't.
that's
And
true.
I
That's
and I
true.
hate to use the Nazi uh method with propaganda because it goes back to the Jews
Yep.
and his opinion of the Jews.
Right. Right.
And his reason for doing what he did, or people that bought into it. People bought
Yeah.
into it. So I'm not condoning it and saying it was right, but
Right.
it's just going back to people in power using propaganda and fears to
Yep.
get a movement started.
Right.
So they used the same theory with Kyrie in this film, a
Yeah.
documentary, and saying it's going to get started again. It's going to be the result of or an increase in attacks on Jews,
Mm.
Jewish people.
And that wasn't even the case. He just used it as an educational tool. That's it.
Yeah. And we've been around the block. The elders tell us them stories.
Exactly.
And, well, you learned it in Bible school, part of it,
Right.
but you didn't get that visual though. You didn't get the
No.
visual
The
of
visual like you got
of
on that.
Moses and Jacob and everybody else that's in the Bible in the Old Testament that you know should I say, look like us versus the King James version or the Roman version, and
Right.
where everything changed.
Everything changed.
And we seen that throughout history, time and time again,
Yeah.
time and time again. So, you try to not you, but people try to dismiss the authenticity of a story.
Right.
The story remains the same throughout many cultures, but it's different. It's the
Yep.
same but yet different.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So, like I said, I'm like, all that, you got to go meet the Jewish people and all this stuff. It's like, come on, dude.
Now here comes the politics, because once again they're so influential with
Right.
money, financing, media.
Yep.
You, there's no way you can get around it. There's no way you can get around it.
True. True.
And then we got Uncle Charles saying, "How you gonna take my money and talk about and then talk about me? How who's money? You sound like that dude from Django. Say we sick, boss.
We
When the
sick,
master's
boss. You
sick,
talking about
when the
Samuel Jackson's
master is sick,
character?
we sick. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that shit, man.
Boss, what you want me to do with him? You want me to shoot him? You want me to shoot him, boss?
Turn us on ourselves, our own. So
Exactly. Exactly. It's like,
is it a weak mind or a submissive mind that allows us to function in today's society with having to get things that we always wanted, which is wealth, prosperity,
right.
versus hey, you know what, fuck it, I lose all my money, but I'm gonna speak the truth. What Dave Chappelle say,
Yeah.
when keeping it real goes
Goes
bad,
wrong. It goes
Yeah,
terribly wrong.
yeah.
Exactly. And it's one of those things where, like Malcolm X said, the media have you believing that the oppressor is the hero.
They
To the
have.
oppressed.
I was one of the greatest Americans as a kid ever.
Me too.
Until reality hit you over the
Reality
head and
strikes you when
say,
you about
yeah,
18, 19.
yeah, nah, nigga, nah, that ain't for you.
Right. Nah, you can't do that, bruh.
Yeah.
Uh-uh. Nah. So,
So
it's one of those things. But like I said, hopefully they come to a resolution on the Kyrie thing. Now, do you think he'll ever play for Brooklyn again?
I think Brooklyn invested in him. The downside is that's a heavily Brooklyn is
That's
heavily
heavily Jewish population. Yeah,
exactly. And do they want the backlash? Of course not.
right.
The Nets don't want that. The NBA don't want it because it's a powerful community,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
influential, and they can change some shit.
right.
So yeah, probably nah.
Because my thing
Um,
is, he apologized and said he's not anti-Semitic because you got to look at it in New York, New Jersey, it's not racially segregated.
and you think about it, how can he be if he considered himself Hebrew?
Correct.
I,
Correct.
I don't,
Correct. That's what I'm saying. He considered himself Hebrew. He considered himself one of the 4 lost tribes.
right.
So how could he consider himself anti-Semitic?
Yeah. They ain't like what he said, that's all.
That's all. Like what he showed. It's like, oh, you weren't supposed to show that. Let's go tell people the truth. Wait a minute. Hold up. We gotta stop this dude. We gotta stop this guy. He can't possibly do that. Like I said, to all those people with the strong opinions on Kyrie, take a look, watch the movie. It's on your cinema.
Hebrew to Negro.
Negroes. And it's on Amazon. So take your choice.
Well, is it because one of them they say it would well when I searched it, it wasn't available.
What, on Amazon?
Right.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, it was not. This video is not available.
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you, I
go
got it
ahead.
on cinema. They only had one stream
Once
available.
exactly. So that was the so you got the 3 hour and 28 minute one.
Right.
Like,
The 3 hour and
okay,
28-minute version. Yeah.
yeah.
They
So
only had
yeah,
one
that's
stream available.
so. Then I go. They said movies. You know how they usually give you something review or close to the top. None of those videos were available.
Available.
I was like, yeah. Let me
Yeah.
check my look. Let me check the internet. Yeah, the internet's working pretty good.
Right.
So
Right. All it was is that was something they didn't want you to know. That's it. They don't want you to know. They're going to erase that out of the annals. Because pretty soon, let them have it their way. They'll have you convinced that slavery never existed.
yep.
They'll say that America is a melting pot.
Keep burying the lies.
Right. They'll have you convinced that slavery didn't exist. Or they will say that slavery was a choice. They chose to do that.
That was Kanye, right?
That's Kanye. Yeah. Now, they
Yeah.
didn't make a big fuss when Kanye said that.
Yeah, because it worked for them.
And truthfully, what did Kanye say actually for them to get him? He say he could say anti-Semitic stuff or whatever, but he never really said nothing anti-Semitic. When he did talk about the Jews, he basically said he wanted to be like them, where they
So,
own and ran stuff.
right.
When he said he was jealous of them, he is saying that he was jealous of them because he wants that kind of power. If you interpret that, if people interpret that the right way, he's saying that he wants that kind of power where he can control the narrative. But hey.
Hey. What else going? What else going in the world?
Well, they got the Herschel Walker and what's the name thing gonna probably determine the House in Georgia. They're gonna have another runoff in December.
That's crazy, man. So when I was in high school, a young football prospect. I I read his article. I think it was Sports Illustrated because that was one of the few magazines that we got.
Right.
That young guys got, and I read his story and I modeled mine.
After
Yeah,
Herschel.
exactly. Now he all grown. Wait, and I'm not. Did he marry a white woman too?
I'm not sure.
Huh?
I'm not sure. I think
I think he
so.
did. I think he
He
did
did.
because
Yeah.
because all of that had changed, and I'm like, wow, wow. Well, hey, you move up the ladder and forget where you come from.
Yeah.
You want to be in that. You want to be in a certain
In
crowd.
that
You have the
circle.
opportunity. This is America.
Yeah. Because I'm like, wow. Because and that one is important because that might determine the house.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna tell you like I told somebody earlier. We had a motherfucking Republican president with a all not all Republican, but a Republican
House.
controlled Congress, right?
Yep.
And the motherfuckers still ain't get. What did they get done? They ain't get
Not
shit
a
done.
damn thing.
They undid everything the previous administration did. They
And that's all
undid
they're gonna do here.
it.
That's
I'm
all they're gonna
like,
do here.
so no new shit was going on, but everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid to do their job.
Right.
When the fact that when Barack Obama was in office, that they did everything they could to not pass anything again.
Right. Exactly. They wasn't gonna pass nothing.
Right. They would cut off their nose to say
Despite their
no
face.
to the bill. Yeah.
And the crazy part about it, they still keep saying that it's Obamacare they want to cut off. But really, it's the Affordable Care Act.
But why? They get free health care. What the
Right.
fuck? I don't get it, man.
That's just like they rose hell when Biden said the student loans could be forgiven.
And then a federal judge said no. Yeah, I saw that. I said that's crazy. But you can send billions of dollars over to a foreign country to fund a
Right.
war.
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
You can bail out. You can bail out
All these
more
companies
$1 million businesses, right?
that recklessly spent and mismanaged money.
Right.
But you mean to tell me you can't give these people a second chance?
The poor man, the
Yeah.
poor people.
Because truthfully, honestly, the student loan is like a predatory loan.
We know that.
It's predatory
That
loan.
shit. So that shit, you'll never pay that shit
You'll
off.
never pay that back. It's a predatory loan scheme. And truthfully, people in this country should go to school for free, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's a predatory loan scheme. It's like you're never going to be able to pay that back. It's just the whole system is scammed against you. And it's not just us. It's not just us. Plenty of white folks going through the same crunch.
Oh, no
that.
doubt.
It's just like if you poor, you get no breaks. It don't matter if you black, white, brown, yellow, green. If you
And
poor, you
people,
get nothing in this country.
a lot of people don't understand that.
No.
The majority of poor folks, if they could get together,
Yes.
they can make some changes.
Right. That's why they killed Fred Hampton back around when we was all infants.
Right.
Because he was in the process of that, getting all the poor groups together, whether it be black, white, brown, didn't matter. You poor, we all
Everybody.
got something in common.
I say everybody that was in that position to get people together to wake them up where they at. Gone.
Gone. Gone.
So they at least from my perspective, they teach us to if you want to live,
keep your mouth shut.
that's
Keep your
right.
opinion to yourself. Keep your mouth shut.
Don't make too much noise. You
Right.
make too much noise, they gonna silence your ass for real.
Exactly. Exactly. And out of all the countries, the United States is the most violent out of all the countries.
Yeah.
Out of all. Because like you said, we done gave trillions of dollars to this war over here. And do you know all that money could have probably fed every homeless person in the United States? Or at least
Yeah.
give them somewhere to stay for a week?
Yeah, that's too much like right.
But
Too much
we
like
helping
right.
we helping fund the war. And half these people ain't going to Ukraine anytime soon. And I ain't speaking against the Ukrainians or nothing like that, but the money could have been diverted to other sources here in the United States to help our less privileged.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But hey, I guess that's why I ain't in office, huh? That's why I ain't in office.
Yeah. It would take a lot of money to buy you, bro. That's all it would do. Oh, this motherfucker gonna give. He gonna give.
He gonna sell his soul. Just wait.
Hey, hey, what the $1 million man say? Was it Ted DiBiase? Everybody got a price.
Everybody got a price.
Every man
Everybody.
has a
Don't
price.
matter.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got no price, we taking you out. Ain't got no price, we taking you out.
Yeah. Either you gonna play. But Beans, I love it when Beans say you gonna get down or you
Or
gonna
lay
lay
down.
down. You
Your
gonna stay
choice.
down.
Your choice. Your choice. So our question to you is, gonna go over the sports. Do your boys stay undefeated this week? Y'all
I'm
got
looking
Washington.
I'm looking real good, man. I even Christmas Eve, when we had you and your Cowboy Nation at L, I think it's gonna be that whole thing,
I knew
It's just
you was gonna come with that shit.
it's just I don't talk shit that often,
Right.
but these motherfuckers, man, they got that swag.
But remember when I told you back before the football season and I said, I got a feeling Philly might be it this year.
Yeah, they got that swag. They
Man, they
they
tough.
gelling, they smelling themselves. Yeah,
But
it's
we gonna
fucked up
see
for
that
any.
ass in December and January though.
It's fucked up for anybody that come across.
We gonna see their ass in December or January whenever they play again. We
Yeah,
gonna see them. Dak and them gonna see him, and Dak and them gonna break the streak against Green Bay tomorrow.
yeah,
That shit is ending tomorrow. Aaron Rodgers better not beat the Cowboys tomorrow.
yeah. I don't see it happening. I think his era is. I think he's done.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm
But you know
surprised they
what?
ain't. What's up?
On my predictions, I called it last week that Detroit was going to upset Green Bay. I said it.
Do you think it was really? I don't think it was really an upset. Detroit ain't
No,
on some
you
real
know,
shit. Detroit ain't really a bad team.
they're not a
They
bad
kind of in the
team.
they kind of in the Cleveland Browns situation where
Right.
they got talent and they have leads and then they just can't finish.
They're just learning how to win.
Yeah,
They're learning how to win. And I think their talent is not all the way up to depth far as some of the other teams, where Detroit can keep it up for a half or 3/4, but then in the fourth, everything goes haywire.
yep,
Because you look at Detroit this year and last year, this year they should have won about 4 or 5 games this year. because they was in the lead late. And think about it, with the Browns, they was in the lead almost every game except the New England game.
Man,
They was in the lead every game.
It's tough being a Browns fan.
You ain't never lying. You ain't never lying. But Dallas is going up to Green Bay to smack that ass tomorrow.
Yeah, well.
Fall and winter time, it's time to smack everything green. Can't wait till December, January. Can't wait.
I like that one. I like that one. That was a good one.
Everything green. Everything green. Dak Prescott then came back. By the time they face Philly again, Zeke will be back.
Yeah.
Because the one thing with Dallas this year, as opposed to past years, that defense travels. That defense travels. And they're going to pick up OBJ, hopefully.
Who?
Dallas. Yeah. You're going to deal with OBJ in the Texas sun in December.
Yeah.
Burn Darius Slay. Even though I give it to Philly, they defense nice too.
Yeah.
But
everybody, they keep signing. I just love what Howie Rousman is doing. He's signing. He's spending money, man. He getting shit done. He getting shit done this year for real.
He is. Too bad that allowance gonna get took in December. Dude, I'm coming on the week of the rematch. I'm having my white Michael Irvin on with these glasses.
Man, I've been trying to get me a Black Eagles jersey for about a month. In fact, they debut. I think that was Christmas. They wearing all black.
Like I said, we seeing green. Green Bay first, Philadelphia last.
Okay.
But you know who done silently made a claim in the NFC East? Quietly? The Giants.
The Giants.
Quietly. They're going to win this week, too. They got Jackson. I don't know who they got. I think they got Jacksonville or somebody.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like I said, can't wait till December. Matter of fact, let me look on my thing, my syllabus. My syllabus for December. Let's go here. Let's scroll down. Dallas Cowboys at Green Bay Packers. Schedule. Christmas Eve, baby. Saturday at 4:25.
What's happening? What's happening Christmas Eve at 4:25?
The get back, get sack game coming up 4:25. Dallas and Philly. And Big D and Jerry World.
Yeah.
We gonna let y'all wear y'all green too.
We coming through.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all wearing all black that game, ain't y'all? Even though it's in Dallas, Dallas allow you to wear your dark.
I thought it was a November game. They got some black hair debuting.
Oh, okay.
You know, when they wear them black uniforms, it should look black anyway. You know, that midnight green.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Santa Claus gonna be on top of the stadium, throwing his gifts down.
Excuse me, blood.
And then Dallas gonna take over first place in the NFC East.
Yeah, maybe. But we got 4 minutes to wrap up.
Yes, sir.
Any closing?
Um,
How the ladies been treating you, bro?
you know what's crazy? Do you get a lot of follow requests on your Instagram from a lot of ladies out of the blue? I do. I don't know why.
Them be scammers.
Gotta be. And it leads me to something else. I could see how, in a way, Deshaun Watson got caught up.
Oh, they do massages and shit?
No, they ain't got that far.
Oh, yeah, the
They ain't got
motherfuckers.
that far.
The ones I get is usually Bitcoin or some type of shit.
Yeah,
Marketing or something, you know. I straight
right,
delete them. Straight delete them and block them. I'm good.
right.
Did you hear they filed for bankruptcy?
Who?
One of the leading people in Bitcoin currency.
Yeah,
Yeah, they filed for
yeah.
bankruptcy.
Cryptocurrency is going down.
The motherfuckers out of business, basically.
Yeah, it's going down now.
People that got hundreds and thousands of dollars can't get it. They tried to sell off most of it, but they can't get it now. Shit
Right.
froze.
Yeah, they going down now and stuff. The market is changing for that.
Yeah, that shit over with.
Right. It's a wrap. Definitely a wrap. You got anything to say in closing?
Nah, you know my thing is live, laugh, and love, man. Live, laugh, and love. We got
Yep.
this ain't no rehearsal. Let's get this shit done and enjoy life.
Yes. Enjoy life. My people, we got to do better out here. We got to quit killing each other. Get tired of watching the news and hearing about somebody getting gunned down or shot.
Yeah, over some words. But
Over some...
pussy be doing a lot of killing out here too. I have to say that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's be pussy drunk. But anyway, everybody be well, be safe, have fun if you go out tonight. I heard it's a cabaret tonight up at the what's that spot up there in Cleveland Heights?
Cleveland Heights on
The
Mayfield.
cabaret. Yeah, on Mayfield.
The Civics, not the Civic Center.
Yeah, the Civic. Yeah, the Civic.
Yeah,
Yes,
I thought they always have church and weddings up there. I ain't know no cabarets was jumping on.
It's a masquerade cabaret up there tonight.
You going?
Nah, I ain't going. I ain't going. You know, it'd be crazy. I'd be like Monday, yeah, I'm going. Tuesday, yeah, I'm going. Wednesday, I don't know. Thursday, it all depends.
Yeah.
Friday, I'd be like, maybe. Saturday, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, until next time, bro. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
One.
We out.